Imagine two people waking up on the same Monday morning. They have the same job, the same income, and live in similar homes. But one starts their day filled with worry, frustration, and a sense of lack. The other wakes up grateful, expectant, and determined to make the most of what they have. What makes the difference? It's mindset. What if I told you that your thoughts are shaping your reality? That the way you think is either propelling you forward or keeping you stuck? Proverbs 23:7 says, "As a man thinks in his heart, so is he." Your thoughts are not just passing ideas, they are powerful forces that shape your life. If you constantly think about failure, lack, and limitation, you will live a life defined by those things. But if you renew your mind with God's truth, everything changes. God created you with a purpose. He placed you in this moment in history for a reason, and He has given you the ability to transform your life, starting with your mind. Romans 12:2 says, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." The change you seek doesn't start with your circumstances. It starts with your thoughts. We all have negative thought patterns, lies we believe about ourselves, our future, and even about God. Maybe you've told yourself, "I'm not good enough. I'll never get out of this situation. God must not have a plan for me." But those are lies. The enemy wants you to stay trapped in a cycle of fear, doubt, and insecurity. Why? Because if he can control your thoughts, he can control your life. That's why we must take every thought captive and make it obedient to Christ. 2 Corinthians 10:5. So how do we change our thinking? We replace lies with truth. Here's a simple but powerful process. Identify the lie. What negative thought keeps playing in your mind? Find God's truth. What does the Bible say about this situation? Declare it daily. Speak God's truth over your life until it becomes your reality. For example, instead of "I'm not good enough," declare "I am fearfully and wonderfully made." Psalm 139:14. Instead of "I will always struggle," declare "My God will supply all my needs." Philippians 4:19. Instead of "I am alone," declare "God will never leave me nor forsake me." Hebrews 13:5. What you speak repeatedly, you begin to believe, and what you believe, you live out. Make no mistake, renewing your mind is a battle. It won't always be easy, but God has given you everything you need to win. Gideon saw himself as weak, afraid, and unqualified, but God called him a mighty warrior. When he started believing what God said about him, everything changed. David wasn't the biggest or the strongest, but he believed that God was with him, and that mindset led him to defeat Goliath. What about you? Will you believe what God says about you, or will you stay trapped by the enemy's lies? Today you have a choice. You can keep living with the same old mindset, or you can renew your mind and step into the life God has for you. Speak life, speak truth, and watch how everything begins to change. If this message spoke to you, let me know in the comments. And if you're ready to take a step toward renewing your mind, type "I choose truth" below. Let's walk in the freedom God has for us. Until next time, stay encouraged, stay in the Word, and remember, your thoughts determine your life.